Bowls buddies, hello and welcome to another Wednesday and another episode of AC. That's me, talking bowls. Thank you so much for joining me on, well, it's a wet, miserable Wednesday, so obviously the bowl season is just around the corner. Obviously we had some good news the other day that life will be getting back to normal. I'm not going to talk too much about that. There's plenty we could delve into there. All I will say is great that we will be coming out of lockdown and we should be able to have a fairly normal bowl season. Shouldn't take a lot of fettling, just maybe moving things back a month would work perfectly. But I don't want to get into that today. I want to talk about something else. So thanks for joining me, guys. Remember, if you enjoy these videos, please hit that like button, and if you're not already a Bowls buddy and a member of this wonderful community, please hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free of charge, and don't forget to click the notification bell for notifications of new content on the channel, which is currently 3 times a week, but that may be changing again, and I'll explain why. Well, in this episode, not just right now. So if you cast your minds back to last week, I threw out a bit of a, just a comment about why is there no high density foam bowls that you can play with anywhere and in sports halls and things like that. Anyway, my inbox pinged and there was a message from, oh my brain, there was, you'd think I'd planned this, but there was a message from Dan Lofthouse, who is a sports coach that goes into schools teaching all sorts of different sports, including Crown Green Bowls, and he says he's got a set, and he gave me a little bit of info about it. So I did some digging of my own, and I found some, and they are called New Age Bowls. And this set is aimed at flat green, obviously, because that's that's the way forward. They see it, and the company behind New Age Bowls make a range of products, not just for bowls but for curling as well. They do little indoor curling things that you can use on any sports hall, church hall, that sort of thing. Anyway, I found a site that sold this particular set, New Age Bowls. There you go, it comes in a nice bag with a logo on, and that cost me 120 of the Queen's pounds delivered, and yes, I paid for that out of my own pocket. And what do you get in that set? Well, first of all, you get that lovely backpack, which is nice. Then you get this mat, which, even though it's aimed at flat green bowls, it's around, well, I think it's just under 12 inches, like the old mat that we used to play with. I think even Gary might keep his foot on that, to be honest. So they get a mat to stand on. They get this massive jack, which is basically a big squeezy stress ball. That's the company that makes them. That's their main job, really. They make stress balls and things to put logos on. So you get a perfectly round spherical jack, and then you get 4 blue bowls. The black dot means it's got bias on it. On the side it's printed the website, which is www.curlingwithak.com. New Age Bowls and a telephone number. So you get 4 blue, 4 red, and they're about the same size as the jack, actually. There's not a lot of difference. They're biased. They weigh about half a pound, if that. So really, these are ideal, absolutely ideal for young kids, maybe years 3 and 4 at school, to actually try bowls. And it says on the website that the rules of the game, to find out the rules of the game, visit Bowls England, and use their rules. Well, for me, I don't think they want to be playing that. They want to be playing Roving Jack in a sports hall. Anyway, I'm digressing. So, £120. So I've got 4 red, 4 blue, a jack, a mat and a bag for £120. Which, to be honest, they're not as heavy as I would have liked. They're not just as big. I would have preferred, obviously, a jack that was biased or a smaller jack. So I could quibble about it. But anyway, that's not really the main crux of the matter. So I think that's actually really good. You could use it on a car park. You could use it anywhere, really. Anywhere with a flat surface. Roving Jack. Brilliant. So I got back in touch with Daniel. And he was explaining to me the problems that he has of actually going into schools, and he says he does quite a lot of it over the year, but getting hold of the equipment is difficult. It's expensive. For instance, if you have 16 kids, you need 16 pairs of balls, you need 8 jacks, you need the mats, and all of a sudden it adds up. And he was telling me how he got in touch with British Crown Green, see if there any way that they could help with finance, or if they had sets of bowls to lend or anything like that. And he basically got no response. And he's actually emailed them again on Friday, and at the time of making this video, which is Wednesday lunchtime, he still had no response. So that got me thinking about why I'm doing this channel. What are my reasons for doing it? Well, went last year, almost 12 months ago. It's about 10 months ago since I started. It was just a way of getting me and hopefully a few of you through lockdown without going too crazy. And with the end of lockdown approaching, my purpose for doing these videos was disappearing quite rapidly. And all of a sudden Daniel has given me a renewed purpose. And what I want to do is try and set a development, fund is the wrong word, a development pool where either I can lend, loan or give equipment to clubs, schools, open days, to basically anyone that needs equipment for junior bowlers, if it's short term or long term. Seeing as that pool of equipment isn't there already and isn't available without a massive outlay of money, I want to try and generate that pool of equipment if I can. And I'm going to use the money I get from YouTube every month, which is on average, it's not a lot of money, it's only maybe about £80 a month. I will put that in this pool and use that to either purchase equipment or remodel bowls or do whatever's needed to get this pool of equipment together. As I say, I spent £120 on that new age bowl set. Obviously some of that is offset by what I'll get off YouTube this month, which is actually only about £60, but never mind. And I'll probably end up donating that to Daniel for his coaching. Ideally, as well as the foam bowls, I'd like to get my hands on some smaller bowls. This is my son Oliver's. I had these made when he was a baby. They're £2 high density bowls. They're as small as you can go, really. They're only just a little bit bigger than a jack, and they're absolutely ideal for junior bowlers. But as you know, they're not readily available. I know tailors make a set again, but you're looking at £80–90, which, if you're only trying the game, it's a big outlay. And I want to try and do something about that if I can. So what I'm proposing on doing, and this is where I need your help, bowls buddies, I'm not asking you for money. Money's fine, believe me, I won't turn it down if anyone offers any. But what I'm wanting to do is get my hands on any equipment, jacks, bowls, mats, anything at all, any equipment, bags that you don't use anymore, that in the attic just doing nothing, I'm asking if you'll donate them to me for this development pool of equipment that I'm wanting to put together. I'm hoping to find somebody who may be able to turn big bowls into little bowls. I'm working on that. Jacks, again, they just need jacks to play with, and a brand new jack now is £35, £40, something like that. Any old jack will do. You know, it's just having a go. It doesn't need to be totally properly lacquered, coated, tooth full, any of that. It just needs to be a jack. It doesn't even have to be legal size. And hopefully with your donations and with some equipment that I've got, I'll be able to build up this pool. What I'd like to see is every county having their own development pool of equipment that can be loaned out to people or sold to people or whatever. As Daniel said in his many lengthy messages he sent me, the more I read, the more I despair, really. He was saying that if, as a football coach, if you get in touch with the Lancashire FA and say you're a football coach and you're going to schools, you'll get a bibs sent out, footballs, water bottles, cones. They'll send it you. Now I understand that British Cow and Green aren't in the same position as the Football Association, but there is money there that, you know, needs to be invested into. I know I've said this before, I don't think it's the be all and end all. I think there's other areas we need to look, but obviously if we can get into schools, and Daniel says that he's really well received, he's in the Morecambe, Lancaster area, really well received by schools. It's a very inclusive sport. Everyone feels as though they can join in. It doesn't matter what size you are, what sex, what colour, what creed. We've said this before, it's a sports for all, and it works really well in junior schools. But not all junior schools have access to bowling greens, to equipment, to whatever. So I don't know what you think about that idea. I've not totally worked it all out, but over the weekend this is what I've been thinking. So I'm looking for your help with donations of equipment. I'm on the lookout on eBay for bowls that, you know, flat green bowls even, that I could get turned down. I don't know. I'm really open to suggestions on the way forward, but that's what I'd ultimately like to do. I'd like to get sets of bowls. I'd like to get some more of the new age bowls, foam bowls, and really take it from there. So I'm after advice, I'm after support, I'm after suggestions, I'm after donations. And the other way you can help is by watching more of the videos, watching longer, telling your friends, getting more people watching. If my viewing figures go up, I'll get more money from YouTube. I can put more money into this development pool. With that in mind, it also helps if I do more content. So I'm going to cut the comment corner out of AC's Wednesday Talking Bowls thing, and I'm going to do a separate one on a Thursday where I'm going to look through the comments, and hopefully that'll give you more to watch and hopefully get the viewing figures up and get more money into the pool. So I'm going to leave it there. I think I've said everything I want to say. I feel happier saying it, because I really was worried that when we came out of lockdown I wouldn't want to do these anymore, but now I've got a purpose to do it, purpose to carry on, and hopefully, you know, you'll find there'll be stuff that you don't want, even if it's a mat. Get in touch with me, because he needs mats as well, you know. More colourful the better, but it really doesn't matter. Anything you can donate will be gratefully received. And if I can't use it for juniors specifically, then hopefully you won't mind if I sell it on to raise money to buy things for juniors specifically. I hope that makes sense. You know, a lot of clubs have sets of balls that are suitable for adults to come down and try, and if you have an open day, there'll be, you know, loads of balls available for, you know, 2/8s, 2/10s, 2/6s, but they're too big for kids of 8, 9, 10 years old, which is what we're sort of looking at the moment. So I hope you understand my reasons for talking about this and suggesting all this. I'm also going to look into doing a coaching course as well, through Coach Bowles. I'm just going to check it out, and I don't know exactly whether I want to do it or not, but, you know, another string to the bow and all that sort of thing. So guys, I'm going to leave it there. I think I've talked enough. Hopefully you'll watch this and you'll understand what I'm talking about, and, you know, I'm not really after your money. I'm after old equipment. Is it even old wooden bowls, wooden jacks are absolutely fine. They will be of use. So I'm going to leave it there. Dan has given me loads of things to talk about. I don't want to overload you just at the minute. He must have sent me 5 or 6 messages that are absolutely, you know, full of things that could get me talking for a long time, so I don't want to go down that road. So tomorrow I'm going to do a comment corner. So tomorrow being Thursday, I'll just do a quick comment corner, catch up with all the comments, because I like you to know that I read them and take notes of them. Oh, excuse me. It is just after lunchtime. That's the ham coming back. And on Friday it is a final of Top Crown from, I want to say 1986. It's Duncan and Fletcher versus Johnson and Hulbert at the Pilkington Sports Club in St Helens. And another interesting thing is you'll notice going forward that any videos you watch of the Waterloo and of Top Crown have the intro tune missing. What do they call them? I can't remember. The little dun at the start, all that nonsense. Where they're panning back over the water. I've had to take it off for copyright issues. So there won't be any, either be silence or I'll just cut the intros out. Full stop. Hopefully that won't annoy you all too much. Guys, Bowls Buddies, I'm going to leave it there and I'm going to let all that sink in. Hopefully you see some positivity in what I'm suggesting and you think it might be feasible. I am talking to a few people who might be able to help me with some of this. I am going to approach manufacturers and see what they can help us with, and hopefully within the next 6 months or so I'll have a lot of sets of bowls available for junior bowlers to use and try our wonderful game. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep your mask on. You know, hopefully you'll get your vaccine and everyone will be able to get back on the bowling green in May time, which would be absolutely fantastic. Guys, I'll catch you later. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.